may or may not know, Bow Wow has expressed interest in joining the WWE. We're going to get right into this drama because I'm just confused on a lot of things right now. So, as most of you may or may not know, Bow Wow has expressed interest in joining the WWE. Now, I am one not to knock anybody's dreams. Y'all already know how I give it up. I am not knocking no one's hustle, no one's dreams, no one's goals in 2021. However, where it is bothering me is that I really feel Bow Wow is doing it as a clout move now because he sees the wave that Bad Bunny is getting. And for those of you who may not know, Bad Bunny has been doing some work with WWE. I'm not sure what his purpose is. I'm lying. I think his purpose is solely to bring in the views for the Latin crowd, which I don't understand when the WWE has tons of Spanish performers that they can push. They decided to reach out to Bad Bunny. Okay. Bow Wow has now expressed interest in wanting to join WWE. I am not one to knock anybody's dreams, aspirations, whatever it is. I tell people, if you feel it's something that you can achieve and attain, by all means. I know people looked at me crazy when I expressed interest to be a wrestler. And I had so many people, tell me, oh, it was a dumb idea. It makes no sense. Why would you do it? X, Y, and Z. But I got to do extra work for WWE. I've made a ton of cool friends from wrestling. Granted, I've said it in several videos that my first school was not the experience I would have wanted, and I don't wish it on anyone. If I could do one thing over in wrestling, it would be not attending that school. However, that's another story for another day. Bow Wow had expressed, I don't know if it was on Twitter or where he initially said it. I'm trying to find it, but I feel he said it on Twitter. This might have been maybe Royal Rumble was 2 weeks ago? So this might have been possibly 2 weeks ago that he expressed that he wants to become a wrestler. Okay. Now, I don't even know where to start on Shad Moss at this point. I feel that since he stopped doing music, he's trying to do whatever it is he can to stay relevant and stay in the public eye, which as a celebrity, you're going to have to do. You're going to have to do whatever is clever to stay relevant and stay in the public eye. Fine. So, okay, so I found the tweet, and I will screenshot it and put it up here so you guys can see it as well. So on February 8th, he said, now, I know this might sound crazy, but after I drop my last album, I will focus on TV and film. And joining the WWE is a lifelong childhood dream to wrestle in the WWE. Me and Rey Mysterio versus whoever for WWE tag team titles. Not knowing Rey Mysterio is tagging with his son right now, so, okay. Okay, let me stay on track. Entirely too sure when Bow Wow stopped doing music. I know he's done a few TV shows, like he did that Growing Up Hip Hop or whatever. Like, I don't watch a lot of the reality TV no more, because I feel I get all my reality TV through WWE, because that's what it's becoming. WWE is now becoming reality TV. And I said it the other night, and I know people are going to bash me for saying it, but for WWE, they're not looking at the fact that you can wrestle. Like, let's call it what it is. Like, I know people who've done extra work and their wrestling is not up to WWE level, but they have personality. They have a following that can be marketed. I don't know when Bow Wow stopped doing music. Like, I mean, I listened to Bow Wow when I was younger, but I wasn't like in love with Bow Wow how some of my friends were. Like, people used to fight over Bow Wow. Like, let's get that clear. So, he is apparently entertaining a wrestling career. Allegedly, supposedly. He is training under Rikishi. Now, for those of you who don't know, Rikishi's a Hall of Famer. He's part of the Samoan dynasty. He's the father to the Usos. He's the late Umaga's brother. Like, that whole dynasty, the Anawani dynasty. Like, that's what he's part of. Now, I mean, Rikishi wasn't the greatest wrestler. Like, let's call it what it is, y'all. He was not the greatest wrestler, but he had a gimmick that sold. Again, if WWE can make money off of you, they are going to make the money off of you. Regardless of not how bad you are in the ring. Look at the Bella Twins. I'm just saying. He is going to train under Rikishi. And again, I think having the title of training under one of the Samoans, it's going to get you somewhere. So somebody said, oh, he's going to wrestle at WXW. And I'm like, he doesn't, Bow Wow don't need to be at nobody's indie promotion. He doesn't need to do any matches at anybody's indie promotion. One, because he's not going to get paid what he should. Granted, he would bring the fans in, but he's not going to get the payday that he, one, is probably going to want, and two, the payday that he deserves. I don't know no indie wrestler. You can comment below and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know any indie wrestler. I'm not talking Impact, ROH, AEW, because I don't consider that the indies anymore. I consider that the big stages now. I'm talking your local promotions. I don't know anybody on the indie scene who is paying their bills off of indie wrestling, off of a $50, $60, $75, $80 payday. Do you know how much wrestling you have to do daily? We're not even talking about monthly. Like, you would have to wrestle probably every day during the week to live off of an indie budget salary. I digress, though. Bow Wow's going to go straight to WWE. Again, it's all a marketing ploy. He's coming in to pretty much bring in a minority crowd that either A, stopped watching wrestling years ago, B, hasn't watched wrestling in God knows how long, or C, the casual fans that, you know, they grew up in the Attitude Era type of thing, and they want to get back into wrestling, but like the wrestling isn't worth getting back into. That's it. Bow Wow is not the draw that everybody thinks he is. It's going to be cute for, you know, 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're going to move on, because then everybody will start complaining about, why is Bow Wow wrestling? There are people on the indie scene who deserve a chance, and you're letting a celebrity take the spot that was there. Mark my words, because I know how y'all get. I know how y'all fans are. I know how you marks are. I know these things. Trust me. I know how y'all give it up. Y'all are with something 1 minute, and in the minute it get a little bit stale, y'all flip. It doesn't fail. It never does. I know these things. It's going to be cute for 5 minutes, and you guys are going to hate it, bash it, and trash it. Watch. Okay. Let's say now Bow Wow gets in, and by some odd chance, he can actually put on a decent match. Y'all are going to hate that, because then it'll be, oh, he's getting pushed to the moon and back when you have so-and-so in the back who deserves a chance. It's going to be a lose-lose either way this happens. So I just want to see how far it's going to go. So then Sir Wilkins, who I adore, who cracks me up every time I see him on Facebook now, he has a podcast, the Jobberstears Podcast, and he gave his opinion on it. I will post the link in the description bar below if you guys want to check out the interview. I'm not going to play it on here because there's not enough time in the world to just do all of this. I'm just going to read some of the responses, and I am actually shocked that Bow Wow responded. That's how I know Bow Wow is pressed. And before I even read that, a lot of people also feeling that Bow Wow is just doing this for the clout and the money. Like, there are some people who wrestling is their everything. Like I say it time and time again, wrestling saved my life. I really feel that he's not doing this for the right reasons. I feel like he's doing it now just as a career change because the music, you know, he's not what these current rappers are. Like, let's just call it what it is. He's not putting out 6ix9ine numbers. He's not putting out Drake numbers. He's not putting out the numbers that he did when he was 12. It is what it is. Like, bow out gracefully, right? So he got on the post that Wilkins made, and he said, yo, I hate when you MFers get online and start running their mouths. Dude, I grew up on this ish. What are you talking about? Google the vids and pics online of me front row at matches dating back to the 98 2000s early. Been going to matches since I don't know when. I'm an 80s baby, bro. Nothing was bigger than WWE growing up. Nothing. I don't need clout. Go watch Fast 9 too, since I ain't putting nothing out that's relevant. Only one of the biggest movie franchise films in history. Is that relevant enough for you? One. If you are still watching Fast and the Furious, anything past Fast 5, I'm a little concerned for you because it's not that great anymore. Just saying. So, of course now, everybody was up in arms on that comment. And I agree with Wilkins. It's one thing to, you know, say you watched it, but you have so many people who are currently wrestling where this is their everything. Like, I know guys that are just really dedicated to this. Like, this is all they know. Like, college is not an option for them, which, I mean, personally, to me, it's a bad idea because wrestling is not promised to anybody. But there are so many people I know that this is their end all. Like, if this doesn't work out, who knows what they're going to have to do after this. So, someone, and this comment actually made a lot of sense, and it's basically what I just said. The response was, now see, this is why you're not ready. This is called kayfabe. This is a community where black wrestling content creators talk about a business we love and give hot takes on topics. We are in our mid-30s talking about a scripted show. It's not about growing up. You're taking things personally and emotionally. These type of discussions not only highlight the topics, but also the workers, talents, celebrities that are in the business. But this is kayfabe, and we are not going to disrespect it. If anything, understand black wrestling content and understand that we have to carve our way into a white-dominated demographic. Hello. This is how wrestling works, beloved, on the back end. So let's not tell grown-ass men giving opinions on something that they've been watching since they were children and have actively been a part of throughout adulthood. Let's not. So basically, everybody was just like getting at Bow Wow. Like I said, I didn't know Bow Wow was in the Fast and Furious series, so that was news to me. And then another person said, as a community, we want you to succeed, but we also want to make sure your reasons are valid. Too many celebrities disrespect the business, actual factuals, and they think they can do it. So as a community, we are always skeptical. Like I told you when I met you a few years ago, I'm proud of your success and all of your many accomplishments that you achieved. Again, like, I think Bow Wow's not realizing that, one, being black is hard, just in general. Being a black wrestler is even harder, especially when you're always put into, you know, a stereotypical role, or you're put into a predominantly black faction. Like, you always want to make sure that a faction or a stable is not the first thing you get shoved into as a black wrestler, which a lot of indie promotions will do. And we currently see it. Like, I don't understand why the Hurt Business is a thing when all 4 of those guys can be mega stars in their own right. But again, I digress. So Bow Wow goes, let me tell you something about me, bro. I don't need money, don't need clout. I don't do shit that I don't love. I love WWE. I wouldn't get into it or entertain it if I'm not serious. I can get hurt and all that. I respect what they do, but damn, bro, they said I couldn't dance or sing either and made it to the finals on Masked Singer. Don't be shocked, bro. I become the biggest name in sports entertainment. You'll see. You know, I'm all for high confidence. I'm all for high confidence, but the Masked Singer, bro, like, you have a whole choreographer on that, and you have weeks upon weeks to practice. And there's this thing called heavy editing. So if you mess up, they can always reshoot it. If you botch in the ring, granted, when it gets put on the network, maybe it can be some editing done, but when it's live and in real time, nah, bro, your botch is out there for the world to see. And the internet is so damn quick. Even if the network gets an edited version up, your botch is going to be somewhere on the IWC. He then responds to Wilkes and goes, bro, if you wanted to just DM and say that, don't shoot a brother down because I'm going to shock y'all. Rather you hit me up and we chop it up and you get to know me rather than guessing and hating. Honestly, I don't think Wilkins was hating in anything that he said. I really don't. I really feel that, again, it's just Bow Wow being a little sensitive. I had to learn very early in wrestling that you have to have tough skin. Like, everybody and their mother is going to critique you. Everybody and their mother is going to bash you. If you're not a 5-star wrestler, even if you are a 5-star wrestler, they're going to bash everything you do. Look at what Jim Cornette does weekly on his podcast. Like, it's no winning. I mean, I get it. I get where Shad was coming from, but again, I really do feel it was a clout move. I don't feel he jumped on board for the love of the business. I really feel he sees how these celebrities like Mayweather, Tyson, who else? Bad Bunny, Machine Gun, like, he sees how all these guys have jumped on this wave of WWE and their stock went up. And it benefited both parties. It got wrestling fans exposed to these new folks, and then whoever the person was, their crowd got exposed to WWE. What I don't want to happen also is that he pulls a Ronda Rousey. Y'all see how y'all turned on Ronda so fast? And I've been told y'all that that wasn't going to work, but nobody wanted to listen to me. I told y'all that that Ronda stint was not going to be what it was supposed to be. She had the fans turn on her so quick, and then she said, fuck wrestling. I don't know where Ronda's at, and I don't think she's injured, and I don't think she's pregnant. I feel Bow Wow's going to be one of those people that if either he's completely to the shits or it doesn't work the way he wants it to work, he's going to be one of those people that says, fuck wrestling, fuck WWE, and the fans are going to turn on him. That is what I feel is going to happen with Shad. All honesty, like, no hate, not to put another black person down, but again, like, y'all, I really feel it was a clout move. I don't care what nobody says. It was a clout move. It really was. Because if this was something that he wanted, when was Bow Wow's last album? Let's ask that. When was his last album? Somebody can tell me that. Because if it's been years since he last dropped a full studio album, he had time to jump into WWE. And it's so much easier for him because he's a celebrity. It's not like he has to be like most of us and go through a wrestling school, he's not going to have to pay his dues. That's the phrase a lot of y'all promoters and trainers like to use, right? Pay your dues. That's what you guys like to say. Bow Wow's not going to have to pay his dues. Bow Wow's going to go get this training. So he's already going to be accepted because he's being trained by Rikishi. He's going to get that training. He's going to get put into a crazy storyline with God knows who at this point. And then it's going to be cute for 10 minutes. Y'all can say I'm hating. I don't think I'm hating. I think I'm just stating facts. He is not going to have to trudge through the indie scene. He's not going to have to do the car rides like most of us do. He's not going to have to, you know, work for free. He's not going to get a hot dog and a handshake. Like, that type. Like, he's not going to know the struggle of a wrestler. And that's why I commend the people who were on the indie scene and then got to the E versus the people who went straight to Performance Center, like, from another sport, like whether they came from a football background, a gymnastics background, MMA background, whatever, and they just got sent straight to the Performance Center. It is a different type of struggle and hustle when you're coming off the indie scene, when you're driving 3, 4, 5 hours in a car with 6 people and you're only driving for $30. It's so different compared, like, he's never going to have to know that struggle. So that's why I'm a little skeptical on it. Like I said, I could be wrong, y'all. I could be totally wrong. But I don't think it's going to work. I really don't at this point. But we'll see. We will see. And I'm going to leave it at that, folks. So yeah, I will put Wilkins' podcast down in the description bar. And we're going to keep following this story, folks. So I thank you guys always for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.